Hello everyone, this is Vidya, and for today's video I'm sharing some more of the most beautiful books in our collection. I picked 5 or rather 6 of our favorite books, and these are all non-fiction. I thought I would pick some at a time so that I could do justice to all the beautiful illustrations in these books. So I'll start off with these two. These are part of a series. This is the Mysteries of the Universe and the Wonders of Nature. These are both by DK, which is surprising because DK usually makes those encyclopedias which are full of real life photographs, also beautiful. But this artwork is something completely different from DK. I think they have done a great job. In the Mysteries of the Universe, there are a whole lot of illustrations starting from the very basics. So every planet in the solar system is covered. I think every planet has a couple of pages for it, and the illustrations are stunning, along with a lot of other really cool things that happen in our universe, which I honestly didn't know most of these things, and I found it very interesting to read. The next one is The Wonders of Nature, which is also by DK, and I think 3 books come in this series. We don't have the third one. The third one is called something to do with animals. I'll insert a link to it. I like how they've put little images in the content so that children who can't read can actually pick out what they want. If they can figure out the numbers, they can flip to the page themselves and take a look at them. Wonders of Nature starts from the inorganic, like rocks and minerals and fossils, all the way to more and more complex creatures. So they get into microorganisms, plants, and then animals, and every page is just filled with one big stunning photograph or a very beautiful illustration. Text is limited, just a couple of paragraphs for each topic, but it's the illustrations that really take the center stage, and they've put in a lot of thought in every small detail of this book. There's not enough information that like how you find in a regular textbook or even a DK encyclopedia, like a traditional one, but it's very interesting, and Vikrant really wants to read it over and over again. So I think that's what I'm looking for, at least when I pick books like these. So Wonders of Nature is another beautiful book. Next, I want to show you this one called Illuminator. I think this is very unique. I usually don't pick books that have some gimmick, like some tricks in them. When you first look at the illustrations, they look very busy and complex, but it comes with this lens, which is really cool. It has 3 colors, and each color will show you a different aspect of the illustration. So let me see if I can make this work. So when you see through the red one, it'll show you daytime animals, and when you see through the green one, it'll show you the flora, and the nighttime animals are kind of visible through the purple lens. And this little lens goes in the pocket in the front, which is pretty handy so we don't lose this. But every habitat has a couple of pages dedicated to it, and it's really cool. The next one I have to show you is called Slow Down, which is, in my opinion, the illustrations are completely opposite from Illuminator. Although I'm not any kind of art expert, and I'm not familiar with art styles and any of that. All I know is when the images and the text work together in such a way that it triggers a curiosity in my son, it gives that kind of effect where he wants to look at it, where he wants to talk about it, ask questions. That's when a book is a winner for me, and Slow Down is definitely one of those books. The illustrations are just magical. So this book is about noticing all the small things that happen around us in our daily lives and really being mindful of things. It starts with a lovely little poem that I think grown-ups will enjoy even more than children, because children are naturally inclined to look at the small things, and which grown-ups sometimes forget. And every topic explores one part of nature. It kind of invites us into the illustrations by pointing out the smallest, minutest details of things that go on. And I think the illustrations are just breathtaking. You have to take a look at this. And the children will kind of get an appreciation for looking at beautiful artwork in addition to learning about the subject. We've not read this book completely. We've only read maybe 2/3 of it, and every page we've read has given us something to learn. So this is not just about the art, but the information itself is very valuable, and it's not too complex, nor is it too simple. So this one is a definite keeper, and it's one of our absolute favorites. This next one is called The Atlas of Ocean Adventures. This is also a very large book, does not fit in my bookshelf, and it's also part of a series. We only have this one. This one was the most appealing to us, and it's got adventures from all the different oceans in the world. Each adventure takes you to one habitat, and you can kind of immerse yourself in all the sea life that's there. There are some bits that can be a little scary if you have a child on the younger side. You can use your own words to simplify certain things, but the book is full of little bits of information that is really interesting, and you can go as deep as you want into these pages, or you can just read the larger text and move on to something else if your child is not interested. But this is a pretty large book. It has a lot of pages. It has got 84 pages, and at the end there's also this little activity that is fun, where you have to find one creature in every page. And the illustrations, as you can see, are really beautiful. This last one is called a Wonder Garden. It's also very unique and not very popular. I think I've not heard of this many times, but this is also about different habitats in the world. So every habitat has 4 or 5 pages dedicated to it, and they've given a lot of space to all these detailed illustrations, so a child can really spend a lot of time just looking at these pictures even when they can't read. So I think this is one of those books that you can just strew, just leave around for the child to pick up and see at their pace, and then if they are pointing to something that they're interested in, we can look it up. And if they're not satisfied with how much information there is, and if they want to learn more, we can always find other resources. And that's what I love about books like these. They don't have a lot of information about one specific topic, but they're so great for just getting new ideas. So for example, I may not pick something like a nautilus to read about to my son, because I myself don't know much about it. But since he was flipping through this book and came across this picture, found it really strange and curious, and he wanted me to read about it, and then we find out more information about it, and we read about creatures that are similar to it, what habitat they grow in. All of that and more is possible with a single well illustrated book. So I find that books like these are incredibly valuable in every home. I should add that I don't think all of these books are absolutely necessary, and it's only because, along with Vikrant, I also have an interest in reading these beautiful books and finding them. Everyone has different interests, right? And this just happens to be mine. So please don't feel like you're pressured to buy a lot of books for your children. In fact, I find many of my books in the libraries first. If he loves them so much that he cries when we have to return them, that's when I know I can add it to our collection. And a lot of times I find books that are used at a great price. Let me know in the comments which of these books caught your eye the most. For me, it would be Slow Down and Mysteries of the Universe. These are my favorites. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this, and I will talk about fiction books that are beautifully illustrated another time. Until then, take care guys. Bye.